All right? I have to speak louder because Wendy had a bit of difficulties to listen. That's why I stand here, and here more, because pity her. All right. So remember that you have to talk about example. I always give this example that shared by Dr. Kelvin previously. All right. This is during our mama store discussion. This is a mama store discussion. We talk about cholesterol. All right. As Mr. Hughes' expertise, when we talk about cholesterol, eggs is one of the main source of cholesterol. Am I right? People say that, oh, don't take egg because egg got a lot of cholesterol. Okay, but studies also shows that eggs also have a lot of lecithin. This is from literature review. You see, eggs with cholesterol also with lecithin. Lecithin is able to reduce cholesterol. Okay, then should we eat eggs or not? There's something questionable. Can you see? So that is what we call the research gap. A research gap meaning that when we look at the study, when you present to me, for example, just like you say that, oh, the China emperor also uses this method, and then Malaysia have so many type of the psychometric tests. So then they are looking at different areas. So because of that, so I myself also do not know which psychometric test should I use. That is what we call the gap. For example, take Alina's share just now, which is the local authority. People don't even care whether Cukai Picu pay or not pay. Disita ada, ask our friend around, nobody knows. Ada tak pernah disita? Tak ada pun. Don't care lah. No need to pay lah. As simple. When this happen, that's why we do not know what to do. For example, for Puan Noria case, okay, revenue is important, but the tax agent is the one who manipulate. Always tell you, hey, Steven, you want to pay less tax or not? Give your service to me. Last time you paid 2,000, why you're so stupid? Come to my accounting firm, only 200, you know. Then by the end of it, when LHDM, when Puan Noria come, why this one you add it? Why this one tak ada receipt? Oh, for me, none of my business. I'm only a tax agent. Ask them to pandai-pandai jaga diri sendiri. Meaning that you have to take care of yourself when you got penalty. And we found that a lot of cases, a lot of money lost due to this kind of misleading honesty behavior. That's why we do not know. This is what we call the gap. Alright? Unfortunately, please remember to come for the third potluck learning. I will share what is called academic gap, what is called industrial gap. A lot of PhD candidates or master candidates or whatever candidates, graduate candidates, they fail to identify what are the difference between academic gap and also industrial gap. They keep on telling us that, okay, the industrial gap, oh, industrial say that, okay, for example, this tile is not good enough, so I have to use, even though this morning I saw the technology now using the recycled tile, okay, they can make it into tiles, you know. Now, recycle, they use recycled material to make it as a tile. Yeah, it's good for industrial gap. What is the academic contribution they've done? Regardless, even though some of you is registered under the dual PhD for University Malaya and IIC, but you still have to answer what is the academic contribution? What are your academic contribution? You cannot simply just only address the academic contribution, which is totally not sufficient. So that's why only you travel to chapter 2, chapter 1 must have all these elements. Alright? And chapter 3, actually, you must have your research design, you must have your sampling, research procedure, instrument, and ethical consideration. These are the basic brief skeleton of, if you complete these 3, for sure, you know that for those already finished your PD, proposal defense, this is an area that you will be asked. But, what is the significance of PD? What actually the examiner look at during your proposal defense? Alright? Some of the students, they will claim this, you know, okay, I already passed my proposal defense. So, my theoretical framework, sure, no problem. Bullshit. No such thing. Because during your proposal defense, actually the examiner just only look at what? Whether it's worth to have a research or not, whether the method can it be conducted or not, whether can you capture the data or not, whether is it worth it to do or not, whether your framework is it okay or not only. It doesn't say correct framework, it's okay or not the confirmed one. After your proposal defense, you still can revise your theoretical framework. You still can revise everything. There is no 100% until before, 1 minute before you do the hard copy for your final submission. Your title still can be changed after your Viva. Don't get surprised for it. Everything can be changed. Anything, there's no fixed answer for it. Remember that there is no fixed answer for it. So, after the proposal defense, only you start to travel to have a data collection. Then only chapter 4 and 5, you start to take care of your validity and reliability. But during proposal defense, so you have to plan already. How do you ensure your validity? For example, criterion validity. How do you ensure each of the validity? How are you going to take care of your validity? For example, are you going to use back translation? Back-to-back translation? Are you going to use multiple criterion validity? What are the things? Because all these are the questions will be focused during your Viva examination. The details I will invite Dr. Marquez that we're going to do the FAQ, am I right? She's an expert in FAQ, so that's why. So you will learn more from Dr. Marquez very, very soon, because she will share with you what are the FAQ suit you until you die during your PD and also your Viva examination. Alright, usually I'm a very naughty examiner. Okay, when I feel that the student's not confident in answering one question, I will use that question to ask further and further. I really enjoy seeing they do not able to answer. Okay, I have a bit of different way of looking at their facial expression. Then I will know that the person actually kelentong. You know, kelentong means that they are lying or they are creating answers. This is actually this method. When they use kelentong, I call it as kelentong, means that they are creating creative answer. This method actually, for me, they are digging their own graveyard. Do you know what happened? They are dig and they jump inside for me to bury them. Because during one of the Viva, this is a Viva examination, yeah? Viva examination. So we found out that during data collection, because the person claims that she get the data from the Chamber of Commerce of one place. And as an examiner, I'm not so smart. Another of the examiner really called that Chamber of Commerce to find out how many members are there, to find out the population. Remember population? Alright, because you need to get the population for you to calculate the sample size. There is a place they got caught. And the examiner would like her to calculate how you plan your study, how you are able to complete how are you going to able to collect your data within 6 months. How many? Because she's working full-time as a CEO of one of the multinational organization. So, because she claims that the whole duration of data collection only 3 months, and she's working full-time as a CEO of taking care of 10 countries. 10 countries. Alright? So how she make it? So one of the examiners is very sharp. She will keep on boom on that part. That's why population, one of the things, regardless whether you're PD or Viva, please get ready with your population. One of the most, I think that the compulsory question, what is your total population in your study? Population. If you do not get your population, it means that you are not ready for your PD or for your Viva examination. Beware of this information. So that's why population is very, very important. And also, you must update yourself. For example, okay, Puan Noria, how many people register to have a tax agent license until yesterday? Yesterday? Good. You see? Can you see? She started with not sure. It's good. At least, you know, if you do not know, means don't know. I will check it out. Rather than, she said, well, it is 1,635. If you're very confident straight away, do you know what will happen? Nowadays with the Google, you know, when the examiner asks Google, the answer is different, then they will start to question you more on that particular things. Remember that. So, under chapter 5, the main component will be discussion of your research question, then followed by your limitation, your study, and also your recommendation for the future study, and also, of course, this chapter is a conclusion study. Some of the university, they want the thesis to be in 6 chapters, but whereas most of the university, they will say 5 chapters. And for 6 chapters, the reason why, because they want to put theoretical framework and conceptual framework to be different chapter. You see, so because of that, so they would have a different chapter. But a lot of university also, you know, they want it to be the same chapter. So that's why please make sure you get a copy of the thesis of your university to find out whether 5 or 6 chapter. Very important. Different university will have different format. Not only that, you must also get a copy whether hypothesis they want in chapter 1. For example, when I was in Putra Business School, they want in chapter 1. I do not know why. Okay, when I went in AEU, all right, when I was in AEU, they want in chapter 2. All right, then after that, I was supervising student from Help University also. They say that up to the student 1 or 2. So you have to get the real format according from your university. Each university, they would have a guidebook. It's called student handbook, something like that. So make sure you download that one, refer to that book, what is the font size, what is the space between, and how to use the table, the table 1.1, is it up or down? That one I will leave it to, and how to paraphrase everything. So how to do citation. Different university might have different, you know, some using APA, the normal one using APA. But I've experienced also, some of the university, they want to use Howard. Okay, and anybody from Help? Help is using Howard Confirm. Yeah, Help University is using Howard referencing. But most of the university, they're using APA. If you only know whether using APA or Howard if you refer to the university writing guidebook. So there's one book for sure you should have. In UKM, anybody from UKM, you know that it's called Gaya UKM. You have to buy 15 ringgit. Now I do not know how much they're selling. So these are the common mistakes did by the students, and the examiner really look into it. What are the areas people will look into? For example, your research gap. The supervisor will say that your research gap is not clear. What happened to you? You have to rewrite your research gap clearly. So these are the areas that need to be concerned. You always have to ask yourself, is my research gap clear enough? Do you address both academic gap? Do you address also the second gap, which we know as the industrial gap? Both gaps must be addressed. Not only that, the examiner feel that, for example, I can challenge Mr. Hill as simple as that. How many pharmacies is using mobile apps to purchase? How many that you're in pharmaceutical industry, you should be able to know how many pharmacy now is using online mobile apps to purchase. Any? If you say not sure, you have to re-proposal defense for sure. This I can guarantee you. Because this is a basic, fundamental question.
And sometimes do not have a statistic evidence.
Yes, exactly. You really, for example, Sanjita, how many types of of psychometric tests available in the market. Okay, no need to answer, just example. For example, Jack Alina, I can ask you, how many summons or how many people do not pay their Cukai Pitu? Example. These are the basic. I call it not related to thesis, but you are the expert. You must know. For example, I will ask Mr. Steven, how many people do not? How many marketers? You mentioned marketers, right? Not the employees. How many marketers actually have fraud? What are the significant cases by the marketers, not the business? When you focus on marketers, I want to know what are the cases of marketers that make fraud or the deception. What are the example of cases? If this fundamental you are not able to answer, congratulations. See you again during YWA examination. Re-YWA. Simple. All these are the fundamental questions, yeah? So later, Dr. Marquez will share more on it. Of course, the subject of area not the current issue. For example, thank God Mr. Q is doing on mobile. If he say that face-to-face counter purchase, I will say that very simple. Go back to, ask Doraemon to send you back to 1980s, then you start your research, then okay. It's already no longer in that way. Now everything go forward. Please don't go backward. Not only that, theory not appropriate. So, for example, I heard Mr. Stevens saying that you are using the Mr. Hugh also say sorry, not Mr. Hugh, Mr. Stevens saying that you are using a theory of reason, a theory of planned behavior for your study. What? Okay, but you study ethical issue. What are the ethical theoretical model that you are looking at? For example, which model that you're looking at? And of course, examiner will prepare a few other model to ask you why you're not using this model, why you're not using this model. If you say that I'm not aware of this model, congratulations, see you again during the next YWA. You see, so many questions. All this is actually will lead you to have see you again in your next YWA. Alright? So this is re-YWA, you know, it's very serious. Re-PD also, very serious. Not only that, they'll ask you, okay, example, upon area, any study, and also take upon Alina, which local study on LHDN, which local study on local authority, which one? Example. What is the latest one? Example. So at least you back you up yourself with at least what? Backup. Always must be there. So at least you know that, you know, where to start. What is a local study? At least one, you know, at least one. If, for example, if you are registered in South Africa, alright, so you have to give at least one study from South Africa. Let's say you're from University of London, so you have to give me one study from University of London. Oh no, sorry, not from University of London, from UK. For those friends from Brazil, at least you have to tell us at least one study from Brazil of your local. If you're not able to get from Brazil, maybe the South America. If you're not able to get from Vietnam, so you have to get from Asia. At least one to back you up. Remember that. Compulsory to have it. Then, your literature review is doing literature reporting. It's not critical enough. This one very serious, this one major correction. They ask you to rewrite again. Alright? So, your literature is not comprehensive enough. There's another common one. Alright? Then after that, the theory, some of the theory you left out. Remember, okay, how the examination process it would be. So your project, your proposal or your YWA will be sent to the examiner to have a look. Then after that, they will start to study all the theories or all the related things. And of course, they will do their research in that area. Let's say, for example, when you talk about online or mobile, definitely one of the models you cannot skip, what is TAM, am I right? All right, technology acceptance model, one of the theory that nobody, no human can skip. And utility theory is one of the theory you must know when we talk about online stuff. So if you skip one of it, you're in danger, really in danger. So not only that, your research design, okay, then after that, a lot of PhD studies or master students, when they come first day, this is my experience. Usually we ask you what study you want to do. I don't know, I want to do quantitative study. Huh? You do not know what you want to do, but you already decide what method you want to do. Interesting, right? So you would have this experience, because over here, I would need your assistance to be the PD proposal examiner very soon, for those who are going to graduate very soon. So we need your help on that. So please make sure they know how to choose the method of it. Is it quantitative, qualitative? It's not from the beginning, you know. It's after you finish your literature review. All of it is from where? Research question. Your research question will determine which philosophy that you're going to use. Whether it's a mixed method, is it a quantity, is it a qualitative research? And also, another interesting thing. You do a lot of literature review, but when you do your theoretical framework, no relationship. This one I leave it to Dr. Asrin to describe more. And also your theoretical support is weak. Alright? These are the common things that we found out from so many years we become the examiner. These are the common slides. I do a summary on what are the things that we found out from the candidates. These are the weaknesses. Please aware of it. And also, phenomenon and also under the study and dependent variable, there's no relationship at all. Totally, you're not using literature review to form your variable. They're based on their instinct. They're based on their experience to form their variable. Then after that, I say that you're not getting a PhD, you get a what is that called? Permanent head damage, because you imagine too much for it. So I don't want to read one by one because you got the slide already. So these are the common comments by different examiner. Please, before you go for PD, before you go for YWA, ask yourself one by one, have you addressed this? Please keep this slide. And not only that, that's why we will have the potluck learning. During potluck learning, I will address, or some of you will address, for example, each of the issue, right? For example, one of the month might be research significant is doubt. How do you overcome this? That's why we call potluck learning. Meaning that, okay, during potluck learning, we will have select one of the topic and we will discuss during that week. So that's why if you're not able to come, so please, you can have slide. You can have Skype. If Skype also cannot attend, please make sure that you go to log after the potluck learning. Give them 1 week to process. After the process, so they will put into the system. All right, put into the system. You can watch from the system of that particular week. The only thing is you will lack of the interaction. But if you still here, for example, Wendy can ask straight away, ask question later on. If you are able to online, as simple as online for it. So this one I want to read one by one. So all these are the common mistakes by the different candidates. So some of you might, even though you already undergo your PD, but I still need to address one more time, because after your PD, even though during your YY examination, they always start with the chit-chatting, because they don't want you to be so stressed, you know. So usually they ask, okay, Cik Alina, actually why you want to study this, yeah? Yeah, so example as a mukaddimah, as a start. Means that you have to start to discuss on, okay, your past experience, what your supervisor believe, and also discipline of your study. So usually PD, it always starts like this. Okay, why you study pharmaceutical product? How well you know about pharmaceutical product? Then after that, they will start to talk about, okay, why mobile apps? Why you're not looking at online website only? Why? Why you choose mobile apps? And why you're not using other online? There's so many methods, you know. Blocker, I'm not sure it should be a lot of method, but why you specifically into mobile apps? Is it this one already started in overseas? You really have to find out, alright? Which country are using that? How do they do it? In Malaysia, any pharmacy is using that. Just for information, I know they are the one that have their apps, right? Mobile apps, they already have it. Alright, caring have it, you can download. Okay, so why do they have it? Promote caring a little bit. So if you download the apps and show to them, they give you a voucher. I remember that's why I deleted anyway. After they give me a voucher, I deleted the apps. They ask you to download, so you get voucher. So after you get the voucher for me, I deleted the apps already. So then the second another question that always a lot of graduate students might not know or forget. What is your philosophy that guide you in your study? A few of you already go through PD, right? So why not? Can I ask PD? Gentlemen over there, how many of you have gone through PD? Not yet? Mr. Chan, you're going for PD very soon. Waiting for the date, right? You submitted, isn't it? Huh? Haven't submitted yet? Okay, terlepas. Alright. Have you gone through your PD? Yes, right? So what is your philosophy of your study? Don't look at the slide first. What is your philosophy?
I really have to think for that first for a while. I am studying on the metacognitions, so I was asked that question during my PD. So by that time I was lost actually. I do not know what is it all about. And then after that I did my second PD also. After that then there's have some kind of agreement towards it. So I am doing the constructivist grounded theory. So they were asking me about the epistemology and ontology.
Thank you very much. Can you see, if you come to this seminar before your PD, you should already save one time of PD. So that's why all our slides, please make sure, if possible, try to bring into your PD or YY examination. If in case any question they ask, you cannot remember, you put a tag there, alright? That's why I give you the soft copy, right? Because the printed one is two slides in a page, isn't it? During your YY or your PD, please reprint this slide. Each slide, one page. Easier for you to refer. You understand what I mean? That's why they give you the soft copy for you to reprint. Because this slide, if you don't bring during your PD, you're really in trouble. Because one of the popular, most common question is, what is your epistemology? What is the word means epistemology? When we talk about ology, means the study. Okay, epistemo means that what is your so-called paradigm or ontology. Ontology means your understanding about the knowledge. Thank God they haven't asked you yet why you are using constructivism. Why? Thank God. For more, please don't skip. I know that you're coming all the way, flying to Malaysia. So please, if you're not able to come for the potluck learning, please online to share. I will share also why you are using constructivism, or it's actually from this slide. This slide, these three, your background, your own background, your personality, your supervisor belief and background will contribute to what philosophy that you are going to use. Regardless whether you do your PhD in engineering, medicine, okay, science, you still must know your philosophy. Your supervisor should already told you these terms, these four terms. Positivism